first at 10.
Good evening and thanks for joining us on this Tuesday night. I'm Meredith Boggs. Tonight, police are searching for a man involved in an incident with a gun earlier this afternoon in Pasco. Pasco police are looking for 50-year-old Simon Salinas after a domestic violence incident on the 2700 block of West Bonneville Street around 4 o'clock. Captain Jim Raymond says Salinas used a gun to threaten a nephew he lives with in a home on the block. Nobody was hurt. Officers got a search warrant and searched the home but did not find Salinas. If you have any information about where Salinas may be, call Pasco Police. We now know that a medical issue could have caused a local teen to hit and kill a young woman 2 weeks ago. Police say a 16-year-old hit 26-year-old Raquel Middleton on August 23rd. Middleton died a day later in the hospital. The crash happened in the roundabout at the intersection of Gage Boulevard and Center Parkway. Many viewers asked us if the teen had a medical condition, then why was she driving? Well, the exact condition hasn't been released yet, so it's unclear what caused her to crash the car. Well, now let's check in with Tim Evans for a first look at the forecast. Tim, I mean, it's pretty windy out there tonight.
Really interesting weather in our neck of the woods. Gusty winds for a lot of us and really extremely gusty winds for folks around Yakima. Here, let me show you what's going on. First, the satellite and radar. And you can see this storm coming into the west side of the state, now coming up over the Cascades and up into areas like Spokane. For folks along east slopes of the Cascades, man, we've had some really blustery winds. We've had high wind advisories that have been allowed to expire, but earlier this evening we saw winds in excess of 50 miles an hour around Yakima. Right now, the anemometer at the airport's going for 41-mile-an-hour winds. Down in the mid-Columbia, we see lots of 30-mile-an-hour winds, 39-mile-an-hour gusts in Pendleton. So tonight, we have some showers moving in already, a trace of precipitation in Yakima and Ellensburg. Isolated showers and decreasing winds overnight. Then tomorrow, this storm blows past us, and we're back to partly sunny skies and calmer conditions, along with a little cooler temperatures. I'm back in a couple of minutes, and we can talk about what's coming up for the latter part of the week.
All right, thank you, Tim.
You bet.
New details tonight. We've learned that the hop farm worker killed in an industrial accident in Toppenish on Sunday worked at the Shen & Son farm. Yakima County Sheriff's deputies say 22-year-old David Alonzo Gonzalez Robolato was pulling an empty 25-foot flatbed trailer with a small tractor when he hit a parked vehicle. Deputies say the trailer broke loose, rolled into the back of the tractor, and pinned down the driver. The farm says every worker completes a safety course and gives written consent of understanding afterward. The State Department of Labor and Industries is investigating the incident. 5 people were injured in a crash this afternoon in Yakima, and firefighters had to use the jaws of life to get one person out. Firefighters say one car didn't stop at a stop sign and crashed into another at the intersection of South 16th Avenue and West Chestnut Avenue, which caused another crash. Paramedics took 3 people to nearby hospitals. 2 others were treated and released at the scene. The Eastern Oregon Correctional Facility is no longer on lockdown after a prisoner was shot by a guard last Friday. The Department of Corrections says an officer fired a shot from a yard tower while Jason Withers and 2 other inmates were fighting and wouldn't stop. Withers later died at a local hospital. Prison officials say visitation will resume tomorrow. High school football season starts at the end of this week, but for the 2 schools in Yakima, Davis and Ike, they're not quite starting out on the field like they wanted to. Chris Luther explains why construction continues on the Zeffel Stadium.
Work on Zeffel Stadium has come a long way since we last saw it in June, but it hasn't come far enough.
We're just happy that we're getting Zeffel Stadium completed.
The school district was hoping to get Zeffel open for week 1 of football, but as you can see, it definitely isn't ready. The school board explains that was because of a late start. The district had to make sure all the proper funding and paperwork was in order. And despite the inconvenience, they say people really don't seem to mind the late opening.
Thought there would be some disappointment, but everyone is so excited to see that this is taking place people are willing to adjust and make sacrifices, and actually we have a great plan.
The plan includes moving Davis and Ike football games to Marquette Stadium on Chestnut Avenue, which is the home of the private school LaSalle.
LaSalle High School has been very, very cooperative with us. They've done a great job of making arrangements so that we can also play our games there.
That gives crews the time to finish up the work on the brand new field, a field that will be state-of-the-art. This pole is where the center of the football field will be, the 50-yard line. All construction crews have to do is put 2 more inches of gravel, and then the field turf goes on top.
As we go to the other facilities, we see what great places they have. Now when they come to Yakima, we are going to be known as a place that is a quality athletic complex.
It's a delayed start that will only build with anticipation, and I'm sure the players will be the most excited of all.
That was Chris Luther reporting. Well, you can help a student tomorrow when you grab a cup of coffee on your way to work. Dutch Brothers in Kennewick, Richland, and Pasco are raising money for school supplies. The coffee stands will donate $1 for every drink sold to a school supply fund, and the supplies will go to students throughout the Tri-Cities. And a Richland tennis court is getting some national attention. This weekend, the United States Tennis Association honored the city of Richland with the 2014 USTA Outstanding Facility Award for the Clay Bell Park tennis courts. Only 2 communities are recognized across the country. The other one is in South Carolina. Well, the Giza Carousel of Dreams is set to open later this week, and this Friday will be the first day the public can visit the one-of-a-kind carousel. The carousel will be open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays from 11 in the morning until 7 at night for at least the first month. Now, much of the carousel's horses are antiques, and they're carved by world-renowned craftsman Charles Carmel. The founders of the attraction hope this will become a destination for visitors to our area.
I found out over the years, I don't care if you're 3 or 103, you know, you're either going to watch it, ride it, or both. And I just think it brings peace and tranquility to the world.
In its first month, the carousel will also be completely volunteer operated. The hope is that with the donations that have already come in and once the attraction has been operating, it will begin to pay for itself. And just like the old carousels, if you snatch the golden ring while you're spinning around, you get a free ride. The Washington Lottery is looking for the person who purchased a winning lottery ticket in Union Gap. The ticket, it's worth $7.3 million. It was purchased for the August 9th drawing. Lottery officials are asking players to check their tickets because someone is the state's next millionaire. The winning numbers from the August 9th lotto drawing are 0, 7, 8, 16, 21, 31, and 32. When the money is claimed, the retailer who sold the winning ticket will be eligible for a $73,000 bonus. Whew. All right, well, still to come, another American journalist appears to have been killed by the terrorist group ISIS. Also tonight, the story behind the exclusive access to the Americans detained in North Korea and the exclusive interviews. But first, Tim Adams with a sneak peek at your full forecast.
Boy, this weather is pretty crazy out there. We have blustery winds, showers, and thunder showers up in the mountains.
A little bit of everything.
I know. Hey, let me show you the numbers from the day today. And it was a cool start out there as we got back to work and school into the 40s and low 50s. And then for the daytime highs, we swung back up into the upper 70s and mid 80s in some locations. And already a trace of precipitation has been recorded in Ellensburg and down in Yakima from some showers coming over the mountains. We're going to take a little bit of a time out right now, but when we come back, I can give you more information about what we think is coming up for the weekend.
Don't be caught unprepared in a natural or man-made disaster. The Bunker is here to provide you with quality military surplus clothing and equipment, emergency preparation supplies, food, and more. When it comes to protecting your loved ones, being prepared is the smart thing to do. The Bunker. We've got you covered.
on all things Oregon, we discover the western meadowlark, Oregon state bird, the beaver, Oregon state animal, and Oregon's game megabucks, Oregon's indigenous state game. The game that gives you 2 chances to win for just $1. Come on, little fella. It's okay. Don't be scared. Gotcha. Oregon's game megabucks. Grab yours today. Sold only in Oregon. Play local, win local.
Don't be caught unprepared in a natural or man-made disaster. The Bunker is here to provide you with quality, military surplus clothing and equipment, emergency preparation supplies, food, and more. When it comes to protecting your loved ones, being prepared is the smart thing to do. The Bunker. We've got you covered.
Family Feud, weeknights at 5 and 5:30 on Fox 11.
Hello there again. I'm back with a little bit more information about what's going on with that crazy weather out there. We're getting through this storm that's going through the area overnight tonight, but once we're through it, it's going to be pretty nice for the next few days. Here's what we're tracking around the region, and we have those showers coming on in. They hit the Cascades, and they're still ongoing. Here's a time lapse from this evening up and over the Snoqualmie Pass. Lots of standing water on the roadway, heavier showers, thunderstorms reported around Puget Sound, also up north of Spokane from that storm coming in through the region. Right now, some of the winds are still at 25, 30 miles an hour, depending on where you live out there. But sustained winds being reported down around the Pendleton Airport at 30 miles an hour. And you get over into the Yakima area earlier on, I noticed that the airport anemometer was up to 53 miles an hour. Now we have 41 mile an hour gusts at the airport there. Special weather statement out of the National Weather Service for the gusty winds this evening. We have an interesting situation with a cold front going through the area, and where the winds come down from the Cascades, they get a bounce out of the surface once they hit here, and it really accelerates the speed of the winds. Meanwhile, lightning detection equipment is picking up the thunderstorms up here north of Spokane, up around the Colville area. Also with the thunderstorms over around the Seattle and Puget Sound area moving into the northern Cascades. So we've got a lot of interesting weather going through the region. It's associated with a low pressure center that's actually up north of the border in Canada. But the tail end of it, dragging across our area, is what's creating tonight's gusty winds and scattered showers out there. The jet stream in a little bit of a dip as that low goes by, and pulling in some cool air behind it. So we have moist, cool air rolling into the area. And it looks like as we go into the forecast here, we're going to see the showers kind of focus on the region tonight, but by tomorrow they focus on northern Idaho and into western Montana. So looks like those showers are going to be moving beyond us as we go overnight and into tomorrow. Tonight, though, we have them out here, and we also have that potential for some of the thunder lightning storms in the northern territories. Overnight lows are going to be in the 40s and 50s, and then our daytime highs are going to be into the 70s and maybe a few low 80s out there tomorrow, but cooler than today. It is a cooler pool of air sliding into the area that's creating all the winds and the instability right now. And into the extended forecast, after tonight and tomorrow's showers, especially up in the mountains, we really dry out. And the longer range computer models continue to pull in some very warm air for the upcoming weekend, upper 80s and even a few low 90s around the mid-Columbia. And way out around next Monday and Tuesday, the longer range computer models bring in another storm that could bring us at least some showers up into the mountains. But tonight, a blustery evening and some of those showers out there. So you just got to be careful, make sure everything's tied down, and we'll get through this.
Now you're going to have to go searching for it in the morning.
I know.
You might as well go out now.
The lawn furniture and the garbage cans.
So where to go?
I know.
I've done that before.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Tim. Well, coming up, an ISIS video appears to show another journalist beheaded, and investigators are trying to determine if the same killer that beheaded Jim Foley late last month.
In season 2 of Sleepy Hollow, you see war starting.
You just don't know who to trust. You can expect to see more romance.
More monsters.
Bigger explosions.
More of me flicking my hair running through woods. What more do you want?
Oregon's game Megabucks jackpot is over $8 million. Buy a ticket now. Lottery games are based on chance and should be played for entertainment only, not investment purposes. Odds of winning a prize are 1 in 25.53, payout 70%.
Tell me more about the Charter Spectrum Triple Play.
You mean the best TV, internet, and voice?
Charter Spectrum Triple Play.
TV.
200 free in Sweet HD. 10,000 on demand. Instantly. I'm not just the operator. Dish to dish, I'm your liberator.
Charter Spectrum TV. Just $29.99. Call 1-844-552-9999. Charter Spectrum high speed means no slow down. 60 megs. I like the way that sounds.
Say goodbye to DSL. Say hello to fast as.
Charter Spectrum Internet. Just $29.99. Call
1-844-552-9999. Charter Spectrum Voice Unlimited Talk.
Zero fees and features that rock.
Crystal clear connection. Say hi.
Charter Raiders standing by. Charter Spectrum Voice. Just $29.99. Call
1-844-552-9999.
Yeah.
1-844-552-9999.
The Home Builders Association invites you to the 2014 Parade of Homes, a showcase of 25 new homes located throughout the Tri-Cities area, each one unique in design, featuring the latest in architectural trends and the best workmanship. Tickets go on sale at Tri-Cities area Circle K locations beginning Monday, September 1st. Visit www.hbatc.com for details.
Another American journalist appears to have been killed by the terrorist group ISIS. The group issued another threat to President Obama in regards to what the U.S. does next in their region. Tori Dennen has the latest from Washington, D.C.
Shortly before what appears to be Steven Sotloff's death, a masked man in the video speaks to President Obama.
Just as your missiles continue to strike our people, our knife will continue to strike the necks of your people.
The intelligence community is working to confirm its authenticity.
We're monitoring as best we can, and our thoughts and prayers continue to go out to the Sotloff family.
Sotloff's family issued a statement saying they're grieving privately. They're aware of the video and waiting for officials to confirm it's real. It was just last month Sotloff was previously seen at the end of a video showing the beheading of another journalist, James Foley. Sotloff was a 31-year-old freelance journalist who grew up in South Florida. He traveled to Syria to cover the country's civil war before he disappeared in August of 2013.
Stephen is a loyal and generous son.
Sotloff's mother made an impassioned plea to ISIS last week, saying her son has nothing to do with the U.S. government and is an innocent journalist. This video raises many questions about what this means for the U.S. strategy regarding ISIS.
I think in terms of what the president as well as our government must do is to continue with an enduring determination to go after the Islamic State and to destroy it.
Before news reports of Sotloff's death, President Obama said he was not yet prepared to order U.S. airstrikes in Syria. In Washington, I'm Tori Dennen reporting.
Britain's Prime Minister David Cameron has proposed a new law to fight Islamic extremism at home. The measures would give police temporary power to seize passports of suspected terrorists at the border. The government wants to stop radicalized Britons from traveling overseas to join ISIS and then returning home to launch attacks. Well, the White House says it's doing what it can to secure the release of 3 Americans held in North Korea. Will Ripley got exclusive interviews with all 3. They said they felt this might be their last chance to reach out to the U.S. government for help. He has a story behind the exclusive access to Americans detained in North Korea.
An abrupt detour during a trip to cover pro wrestlers on a sports diplomacy mission to North Korea. 1 minute we're on a sightseeing tour. The next, we're in a van racing through the North Korean countryside. Government minders are on the phone getting instructions. There's been a change of plans. We're told to expect an interview with a government official. When we pull up to this building, we learn who's really inside.
Mr. Bay, Will Ripley with CNN.
Kenneth Bay is serving 15 years of hard labor. Pyongyang is giving us strictly controlled access to Bay and 2 other detained Americans. North Korea calls it a favor. We get the impression this regime is looking for a line of communication with the U.S.
I'm the only prisoner in the camp.
Bay is housed separately from what Amnesty International estimates are 200,000 North Korean prisoners. The human rights group says they endure horrific conditions at 6 prison camps. Bay says his health is failing, but his treatment is humane.
Condition in labor camp is I'm working 8 hours a day, 6 days weeks.
As Bay serves his sentence, Jeffrey Fowle waits to learn his.
I'm getting desperate. I'm getting desperate.
Fowle's already confessed to leaving a Bible in North Korea. His own handwritten notes detail the so-called crime.
It's a covert act and a violation of the tourist purpose as well.
That covert act of leaving a Bible could cost Fowle years of freedom. Experts say religion threatens the North Korean regime. In a nation accused of widespread religious persecution, only the leaders are considered divine. Each man is held in a different room down the same hallway. They never have contact with each other. In this room, Matthew Miller, awaiting trial for tearing up his tourist visa and seeking asylum in North Korea.
Why did you come here seeking asylum?
During my investigation, I have discussed my motive, and for the interview, it is not necessary.
Now, all he wants is help from the U.S. government.
This interview is my final chance.
A chance to return to his old life, away from the absolute isolation of being held in North Korea. During our trip, government minders are always watching. Not unexpected here. What caught us by surprise is how North Korea appears to be reaching out to the United States, using these 3 men to send a message. Will Ripley, CNN, Pyongyang.
The first human safety trial for an experimental Ebola vaccine begins this week. This comes as a number of cases of the deadly virus increase. The FDA gave the green light for researchers at the U.S. National Institutes of Health to give the vaccine to 20 healthy volunteers. The drug was developed by GlaxoSmithKline and the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. This vaccine will first be given to 3 volunteers. If it's considered safe, it will be given to another small group of volunteers to see if it creates a strong immune response to the virus. All of the volunteers will be monitored closely for side effects. All right, well, up next, Greg Talbot will have your latest in sports when Fox First at 10 comes right back.
High noon for headlines.
Mom, the headlights gang is back!
Yep, those pesky headlights were back. The town had tried many things but could never get rid of them. But the sheriff was packing new sharpshooting vamoose to finish off those headlights for good.
Vamoose, you varmints!
Within 15 minutes of contact, 100% of the lice and their eggs were dead. So if headlights come to your town, say vamoose, you varmints.
So none of my family had been to college before. It wasn't until my teacher, Mrs. Day, pulled me out of class and said, "Have you ever thought about college?" I remember going right back into class and sitting down and having this grin on my face that someone noticed me and that I had potential that I didn't even know that I had. Mrs. Day, thank you. I've never forgotten that.
Education matters to Oregonians. That's why over $5 billion in lottery dollars have gone to support public education. The Oregon Lottery, it does good things. Lottery games are based on chance and should be played for entertainment only.
Tell me more about the Charter Spectrum Triple Play.
You mean the best TV, internet, and voice?
Charter Spectrum Triple Play.
TV.
200 free in Sweet HD, 10,000 on demand. Instantly. I'm not just the operator. Ditch to dish, I'm your liberator.
Charter Spectrum TV, just $29.99. Call 1-844-552-999. Charter Spectrum high speed means no slow down. 60 megs, I like the way that sounds.
Say goodbye to DSL. Say hello to fast as.
Charter Spectrum Internet, just $29.99. Call
1-844-552-999. Charter Spectrum Voice Unlimited Talk.
Zero fees and features that rock.
Crystal clear connection. Say hi.
Charter Raiders, standing by. Charter Spectrum Voice, just $29.99. Call 1-844-552-999. Yeah.
1-844-552-999.
Modern Family, weeknights at 6 and 6:30 on Fox 11.
From the FordCountry.com Sports Studio, this is an SWX Sports Update.
We continue our high school football preview tonight with the team starting a new chapter, the Columbia Burbank Coyotes. Their old head coach left this offseason for another coaching gig at Kamaikan High School in Kennewick. So this summer they brought in Zeke Fife as their new head ball coach. He took over later in summer, so they've had way less time to get their system together for opening night against Wapato this Friday. That said, they say it's been a smoother transition, especially knowing that their timeline was short.
It's been a short off season for us. We didn't get a spring camp like most teams did, but we're not using any excuses. We're just trying to get prepared and worry about all our assignments on offense and defense and get it going. It's been great. There's been definitely a transition. Expectations are a little different. We're just trying to get the most out of the kids and get a big positive atmosphere out here. We got to get more kids out. We have a lot of depth issues.
I'm Greg Talbot with your SWX Sports Update.
For local sports online, check out swxrightnow.com.
Up next, Hollywood stars are caught up in a nude photo scandal after hackers reportedly accessed Apple's iCloud storage system to steal personal photos. That story coming right up.
That's a lot of smoke.
Hi, can I help you?
I'd like a gooey duck.
The gooey duck is out of your network.
Bassoon is out of Junior's network.
That new grill's out of Hank's network.
It's an awful lot of smoke.
If this feels like your dental plan, get in at deltadentalwa.com. Delta Dental.
Yep, you're in. Way in.
The #1 choice in-state and nationwide.
Hey, football and RV fans, tailgating time is here, and so is the Tailgate Kickoff Sell-Down. Going on now at Russ Dean Family RV. Register to win a motorhome rental for your tailgate party. Shop hundreds of yards of RVs, all priced to put you on the winning team. Score big with championship deals on every new and used RV. Get rates that put you in the end zone during the Tailgate Kickoff Sell-Down at Eastern Washington's RV Giant, Russ Dean Family RV in the Pasco Autoplex. Online at russdeanrv.com.
It's easy to tell who has Frontier high-speed internet, delivering fast, reliable speeds that let them stream, shop, and surf all at once. Switch to Frontier high-speed internet for just $19.99 a month with qualifying phone service. Get the speed you need for everything you do online. With no rate hikes, no contracts, and exceptional customer service. Unlike cable, all for just $19.99 a month.
This is what speed looks like, people.
Feed your need for speed. Call 1-888-FRONTIER today.
At Wild Horse Resort and Casino, there are more ways to win. Club Wild membership levels now offer instant discounts on hotel stays, dining, shopping, and golf. All you need is a Club Wild card to let the winning begin.
Lucky Neighbor Days at Wild Horse on Saturdays, September 6th, 20th, and 27th. Win up to $1,000 cash, and your neighbors playing to the left and right get cash too. So be here to win.
Pendleton, Oregon. Wild Horse Resort and Casino. More winners, more often.
More celebs are speaking out about the nude photo hacking scandal, and 2 very famous planes are up for sale. Martha Shade has those stories and more in tonight's Hollywood Minute.
Kate Upton is the latest celeb to address the nude photo scandal. Her attorney tells CNN the hacking is an outrageous violation of privacy, and the swimsuit model intends to pursue anyone distributing or duplicating the images. Jennifer Lawrence's publicist released a similar statement Sunday. Some of the celebs targeted deny the authenticity of the photos. Elvis fans, get your checkbooks ready. The King's last 2 jets, Lisa Marie and Hound Dog 2, are up for sale. Don't expect to fly them, though. Both planes have been parked at the entrance to Presley's Graceland mansion since 1984. Millions of fans have had the opportunity to go inside the jets as part of the Graceland tour. Celebrity chef Todd English was arrested on suspicion of driving under the influence this weekend. E! Online reports the chef was taken into custody by the Southampton Town Police early Sunday morning. The author and TV star posted his $1,500 bail and was later released. For Hollywood Minute, I'm Martha Shade.
Country music superstar Carrie Underwood shared some good news Monday. The singer is expecting her first child with husband and NHL player Mike Fisher. Underwood revealed the news on Instagram holding her 2 dogs, each wearing Big Brother and Big Sister t-shirts. She recently celebrated her 4th wedding anniversary with Fisher in July. She married him in 2010, Southern style in Georgia. Well, more trouble for Justin Bieber. According to a police spokesperson, the singer was arrested on assault and dangerous driving charges Friday in Canada. The charges stem from an alleged fight after Bieber's ATV collided with a minivan. It happened on a road in Perth County, Ontario, where Bieber lived as a child.
It appeared that one of the occupants of the van and the operator of the ATV had words, and there was an altercation that took place. And as a result of that, we ended up arresting Justin Bieber.
The singer's representative declined to comment. Comedian Chris Tucker has settled a multi-million-dollar tax issue with the IRS. The federal tax collector placed a $2.5 million lien against Tucker in Georgia last week. But Tucker's representative said that was just until the settlement was official. His rep said the lien filed by the IRS stemmed from poor accounting and business management. So watch those dollar bills, I tell you. Well, stay with us. Tim's back with one last check of the forecast. And don't forget, check us out on Facebook, Fox11.41.
Oregon's game Megabucks jackpot is over $8 million. Buy a ticket now. Lottery games are based on chance and should be played for entertainment only, not investment purposes. Odds of winning a prize are 1 in 25.53. Payout 70%.
Rise and shine. Now, let's see that pretty little face here. Whoa.
Give me a little fries of that shape.
Let the relationship progress at a relaxed speed.
Make a date with Mike and Molly, starting September 22nd on Fox 11.
Get the Charter Spectrum Triple Play. It's more than meets the eye. With over 200 free HD channels available, it's the most HD you can get. Instant access to over 10,000 on-demand movies and shows. Plus the Charter app for live TV that jumps to mobile devices in any room. All that for $29.99 a month. Switch to Charter Spectrum Internet. Faster than the speed of WOW. Take off with 60 megs of speed. Bandwidth that lets multi-people multitask, stream movies, play games, watch videos, and share vines all at once. No slowdowns. Shazam! For only $29.99 a month. Just call 877-959-1634. Then pick up Charter Spectrum Voice for unlimited local and long-distance calling. And catch this. No drop calls. Stuck in a contract? Charter pays up to $500 to get you out. Charter Spectrum TV, Internet, and Voice, $29.99 a month each. Call 877-959-1634. See for yourself. Call Charter today.
High noon for headlines.
Mom, the headlights gang is back!
Yep, those pesky headlights were back. The town had tried many things but could never get rid of them. But the sheriff was packing new sharpshooting vamoose to finish off those headlights for good.
Vamoose, you varmints!
Within 15 minutes of contact, 100% of the lice and their eggs were dead. So if headlights come to your town, say vamoose, you varmints.
Modern Family, weeknights at 6 and 6:30 on Fox 11.
And finally tonight in Pennsylvania, a black bear was dubbed the Bucket Bear until now. Take a look at this video.
Oh, yeah. Now, this little male cub was spotted in June with the bucket on its head, and he walked around with it for 2 months. A local game commissioner said there wasn't anything wildlife officials could do because the bear wasn't really hurting anyone, and that's when a group of local people took action.
Yep, now they grabbed the bear yesterday and used a bow saw to free the animal.
Aww,
wow, what luck, but
yeah,
that takes some nice, good people to
it
and
really
brave
does.
to do
brave
that.
people.
So good
that's
for
right.
them.
Oh, that's really great. Hey, weather-wise out there, you got to be brave to survive a storm like this moving through the area. For a lot of us, it's just gusty winds. Some folks, though, getting some showers out of this system. But in some areas, like Yakima at the airport, they had winds up to 50, 53 miles an hour. So batten down the hatches. By tomorrow, it's all going to be to the east of us.
Good. That's good to hear. All right, thanks, Dan. Well, thank you for joining us. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Have a wonderful and safe night.
Bye-bye.
Once upon a time, 3 LA maidens embarked